Alright guys, so this is part 2 of the Outskirts mission. We're just going to resume where we left off the last time. We'll just do a quick review of the action that went forward last time. So in the previous mission, I had started with a striker company on the southeastern flank. They had moved down the MSR leading towards CP-585, committed a dismounted attack onto CP-585, engaged and destroyed a recon element, and then as they were continuing to advance towards CP-602, we came into contact with enemy forces next to the vicinity of CP-602, east of it in a red brick building, two-story building. We had the platoon leader and third squad set up a base of fire and start to suppress those buildings, while second squad and first squad maneuvered into a battle position so they could assault the objective. On the left flank, we have a 240, and we have a 240 and two 240s actually, both machine gun teams from the platoon, as well as a section of engineers who had their Bradley abandoned, providing left flank security, with the main objective being to make sure that we're not flanked as we attack and secure CP-602. On the left flank, things are much dire. Everything was going pretty well. We only had a few KIA up until very recently, when Alpha Company's combat team suffered 2 catastrophic kills on a pair of their Bradleys. We're not sure what knocked them out. I'm almost certain that they're RPGs from an unobserved call sign, but it's unknown at this time. The survivors of the ambush, there's about 7 or 8 of them from the platoon, and then a section of engineers and first squad. So this platoon is essentially combat ineffective. It's at about half strength right now. Meanwhile, we've cordoned off the southeastern approach with a section of tanks and the company commander, as well as the forward observer team and Overwatch. We've also cordoned off the east side of the objective, where we ambushed and destroyed a platoon of Russian mortars. As of this time, what's left of the platoon is reconsolidating in this building here, which is a 2-story house with a brick roof. The remains of second squad, which had 2 KIA in the ambush, are currently panicked, and they're with second crew from the Bradley. Meanwhile, the other survivors, including a team of combat engineers, as well as the platoon headquarters for the combat engineer team, are currently bounding through the open and are about to rejoin with the rest of the survivors of the platoon. As well, we are taking fire from enemy headquarters, which this may have been where the RPG came from. We have taken fire from enemy headquarters to the southeast, and our immediate course of action is going to be to suppress the headquarters building, which is on the second floor. Second floor. As well as reconsolidate the platoon. We're going to give the platoon about 5 minutes to regroup, 5 to 10 minutes to regroup, at which point we'll continue on to our objective on this flank, which was securing and clearing the enemy observation post. Once that's complete, we'll continue to roll up on the left flank and clear the remnants of the enemy mortar platoon, as well as try to get security down this road here so we can cut off any enemies that are fleeing the checkpoint CP602. To that end, to ensure that since we have had enemy contact on CP602, we're going to call in a fire mission to basically cut them off. So if they are fleeing from the objective, we will suppress them. Thought the platoon leader here would be able to call that in, but it doesn't look like it. So we'll just do an area target on that tree line instead. Sure, that's fine.
Fire mission over.
Actually,
Check fire.
I want the fires more to the left because I don't want them to intervene with. I don't want them to interfere with our attack. Basically, we'll have mortars landing to their left because my security element here on the left flank, that's supposed to be guarding the flank, cannot actually see through this area, and I'm afraid that the enemy might try to escape towards the west. So let's try to set up a fire mission on there. Maybe this guy can do it. Can you set up a fire mission there? Of course not. Alright, we're just going to have to settle with the fires being somewhat close to our position. We'll just do that.
Fire mission request. Over.
So we'll call in a section of mortars to suppress the tree line to the left, and our assault will begin within about 3 minutes. Alright, now that we've reviewed the action, let's go ahead and resume it. Alright. That round was pretty uneventful. We managed to reconsolidate most of the platoon. There's just a few men trailing behind as we suppress the building where the enemy headquarters was. We'll continue our fires onto the platoon. On the right flank, all's looking well. Continuing to we have suppressive fires continuing onto the building where the enemy was coming from. I'm going to continue suppressing that building. And both first squad and the squad to their left, which is second squad, are pretty tired, but we have to continue this attack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have first squad perform a base of fire oriented towards the T-90 that we knocked out earlier and the sandbags there. I see some sandbags. And we'll go ahead and move second squad onto their right. And they'll be the first to move. squad breach team will join them as well. Actually, I'll have the squad breach team just stay in this position, provide some cover. One of the platoon leader and 3rd squad will provide cover. I'm also going to roll up the strikers. These squads are still routing. Maybe the company commander can go over there and help them get organized. I don't know if that's even possible. What I'll do is I'll back up the Alpha 6 track over there. I'll have the company commander dismount and try to get them organized. Also have the 1st platoon headquarters here as well. That's actually his men, aren't they? Yeah, it's his men. So I'll keep the company commander there, and I'll go get the platoon leader over there to go try to get them organized. Okay, I want the rest of these guys to get in the building and calm down and sort of relax. I have these guys all the way back here that forgot to move. Up to there. Alright, I'm going to give these guys some more time to suppress the objective and wait for the mortars to come in.
Shot. Over. Shot. Out.
The platoon leader there calling it a fire mission. Contacts on the left side of the road.
Plant. Over. Out.
There's some Russians over here in the sandbags. So I'll have the striker immediately start engaging the sniper team. See if we took any casualties during that sniper attack. It doesn't look like it. Mortars should be coming in next round. Oh, the mortars were emptied. Want another fire mission on that position then.
Fire mission. Over.
Give 2nd squad a couple minutes to rest up. Let's go check the left flank. We can assume that headquarters... We'll give the headquarters another minute of suppression or so. Everyone here is pretty tired as well. Actually, I guess 1st squad is pretty well rested. They'll be the ones doing the attack then. So what we'll try to do is... Yeah. First squad and first team, which is the breach team, they'll be doing the attack. We'll send in the other team will be on the bottom floor of the adjacent building and the second floor of our current building. Oh, I don't know what these breach kits are. I thought that was for blowing into doors, but I guess the blast command doesn't work on these. So in that case, we're gonna have to actually use these engineers to breach into these rooms. So I'll have second team blast through the first 6 floors, and then the breach team that's also attached to the platoon will assist and do it the other time. I'm going to lift fire with one of these Bradleys so I can provide the western cordon. And then I'm going to have my second Bradley that was suppressing the HQ provide cover onto the enemy OP. Same thing with the company commander's track, and I'm gonna also suppress the top floor here. You know what? I'm gonna also suppress this building because we were taking some MG fire from this second floor here that I blew apart. This would also be a pretty good spot for an MG right here in this tower, so I'm gonna suppress that as well. Oops. Oh. Zoomed in a little bit too much. Let's do, actually, just to ensure this cordon, let's do target briefly. I don't want them to be shooting there for the whole turn. And target the... Stop that. Let's target that right there. Do it for 30 seconds. These guys will just continue their firefight for the next minute. Ooh, that guy's got an RPG over there. Oh, see, they're retreating, just like I thought they would. They're retreating down the road. That's why I need that Artie to pin them. I don't want them to flee that position. Shoot those bastards. They're trying to flee that position. I need that Artie down there right now. I didn't realize the other mortar platoon was so close to running out of ammo, otherwise I wouldn't use them. Here's a sniper. Meanwhile, I heard the breach happening. Let's check it from their perspective. Oops. Go over here. These guys are in good position now. That's RPG team running across the road. Over here, something's happening. Oh. Oh, shit. We're taking small arms fire from the left flank now. Looks like a PKM gunner up in this hill, up in this floor here. And our 240's returning fire. Oh shit, what was that? You're getting hit by RPGs or GP25s or something. Oh yeah, it was definitely an RPG with a thermobaric warhead. I can see him, he has it loaded right there. Okay, they're gonna need support. First things first is... Oh, that's right. I already had a fire mission coming in on there. This squad had been attacking me last game. Shit. Okay. I'll get this 240 to return fire. I don't want to... I would move the striker out there to support them, but I'm afraid of taking RPG fire. I'll move the engineer team that was in there. Sorry, the engineer team there. They're also... It looks like they're also being suppressed a bit by the RPGs. I'll get them there into the tree line, and then from there they should be able to provide some support. Coming from right there, which is the... What floor is that? So... Third or second floor. Second from the top, I mean. That. We should javelin into that window, maybe. So during that, forgot to watch the replay for this, but we blew into the first floor. We also got points for getting the objective, but we're going to still clear the entire building. And the guys that are suppressing that building can lift fire now. Okay, next turn we're going to roll up with an attack. Here's the breach teams, combat engineers, assaulting each floor. Blow a breach into the floor and then head up to the next floor. In Black Sea and also in Shock Force, the actual interiors of the buildings are sort of abstracted. And rather than have like stairways and stuff like that, it's just abstracted to have like bare floors, bare rooms. What's important are the separations between the rooms rather than the furniture that's inside. This allows them to create a huge amount of procedural content rather than be hamstrung by showing it. Like, see there, they just sort of ran up some invisible stairs. I don't know why they're not breaching. I told them to breach each floor.
Red fire mission out. Good job, over.
Let's watch that from the right flank's perspective. Let's click that, I guess.
Run. Fire mission out.
Engineer section is suppressing that building where we're taking fire from. Oh, they're actually running out of the building. And what are they doing there? Are they trying to do a counter assault? Maybe they're just trying to take cover by these sandbags here. They might be just fleeing the building out of fear. Yeah, they're probably suppressed and trying to get out of the building.
Fire mission out.
The rest of that minute was pretty much nothing going on over here. Okay, so we have fires landing on the enemy strong point there. While that's happening, I'm going to bound these guys quickly across the fields. And I'll have the Overwatch team suppress the building, as well as the buildings next to it. Need some fires up in that. That two-story, I can't do that. Meanwhile, Second squad will bound across in one bound and get to the CP. Over here, we have a team of Russian troops that abandoned their strong point, and looks like they're engaging in a firefight with our guys. You can tell the M240 to kill them. Engineers will attack as well. And well, the snipers who are in Overwatch, yeah, see, they can't support them from there, unfortunately. There's a building blocking their view. This building right here is blocking their view. Back over here, looks like we're up to the 3rd floor still. We have 4 more breaching charges, so I'm just going to go ahead and blast into that floor, blast into the 5th floor, blast into the 6th floor, blast into the 7th floor. The team that's on the ground will resume that activity.
Shot out.
Your 2nd squad bounding across. Meanwhile, we have other squads suppressing the buildings.
Follow me. Advance.
A very heavy rate of suppression, guys.
Advance.
Shot out. Flash over.
Keep
Flash
moving.
out.
Let's go.
That's our mortars landing over there onto the strong point. There's probably still Russians in those sandbags there and in those little fighting positions.
Go, go, go.
So I can hear over here that there's a firefight going on.
Shot out. Shot over. Shot out. Flash over. Flash out.
Engineers are engaged in a firefight here.
Flash over. Shot over. Shot out.
Well, that's the Paladin rounds that were coming in to knock that building out. Alright, looks like during that time, the 1st Platoon headquarters was able to get their platoon organized. They're still rattled and sort of battle shocked, but they're in fighting order now and have rallied. So we'll get them together in the tree line and they'll just continue to provide observation while the rest of the platoon clears the enemy OP. So our troops are continuing to blow through each floor of the OP. It's slow going, but that's to be expected. The other team will resume behind them. Oh, they only have 1 blast charge. That's fine. Anyone else in this team have blast charges? Oh, these guys do. There's some engineers here. So some engineers from the building will go over there and join them. And they'll blast their way to 7. 8, 9, and 10. Still haven't seen signs of that T-90. It's got to be right next to where the Tunguska was killed. I'm almost certain that the T-90 did not kill those Bradleys. I think it was RPGs. I couldn't see in the replay, but I'm almost certain it was RPGs. So our squad here is almost to the edge of the building. Once they're in place, we'll go ahead and bound up our other team. Have the headquarters, the breach team, and everyone else still on Overwatch. Go ahead and bound up. Go ahead and bound up third squad while the platoon leader, the breach team, and the striker overwatch them. The mortar should be landing momentarily on CP602 proper. Over here, let's look at our firefight going on with these Russians. Alright, I told them to engage them. Let's go ahead and get it done. So these Russians are still trying to run.
Roger. Fire for effect. Flash, over.
They're going to run right into my sniper, though, I think. Oh, they may have evaded death there. There's a fire mission coming in on that building. Meanwhile, on this flank, we're attacking CP602. See these soldiers here stacking up on the wall. More Russians trying to escape to the west, or east rather.
Over. Shot. Out. Over.
Being engaged by the Mark 19 on the Striker.
Fire for effect. Over.
Fire for effect mission there in the tree line. This guy looks like he's surrendering. I doubt that they have that in this, but he's probably just deploying on the ground and grabbing his rifle. But he looks like he's surrendering, which is hilarious. We're almost in lodge in the town now. We're here, the combat engineers are still doing their job. This team is here now. Blast our way. So right now they're on, it's hard to tell what floor I'm on. I think I'm on 1, 2, 3, 4, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's blast our way up to 8. And then 9. And then 10. I'm going to go ahead and roll up my Bradleys over here on the left flank. Try to cut off any of those guys that are anyway, as I was saying, I'm going to roll up the Bradleys on the left flank. Just have them be very cautious and move into that kill zone there to see if we can try to cut off any enemies that are retreating to the south. As well as divide that apartment block so we can start clearing it if we have to. I'm tempted to use my tanks in doing so, but I still want to keep my tanks there to deal with those T-90s. T-90, I should say. I'm going to move up the first track as well. Oh my god, this guy is surrendering. They implemented surrendering into this game. I hope my guys don't mow this guy down. I'll take him prisoner if I can. Look at this guy, he's straight up surrendering. Meanwhile, his friends over here are getting toasted by Mark 19 and mortar fire. This one Russian is like bulletproof right here. Taking about 30 Mark 19 rounds. Well, there's mortars landing in those fighting positions over there. I hope this guy right here survives contact. He's surrendered. And he's on his knees just hoping. Just hoping. Pretty sure this side of the CP is secure, but I'll continue going slow to be sure. I'm gonna go ahead and bound up the third squad. Oh, it looks like there's an RPG team here retreated on the edge of the town. Oh, apparently one of my friends from work is spamming me on a radio. Radio check over. No, I don't hear him. Anyway. Okay, so that flank is going well over here. Looks like we're headed to the last floor. Are there any Russians in there? I don't see any bodies in the enemy observation post. I don't see any Russians in this building. Well, at least we cleared it and we know that it's safe now. Over here, it doesn't look like the Bradleys have discovered anything. Oops, forgot to issue new orders. I need to stop doing that.
End of mission. Out.
Oh, there's the Paladin mission on that building where those enemy were before. It looks like as they were trying to retreat, my snipers caught them in the open.
End of mission. Out.
This guy. This guy's about to get sniped. Oh! Executed by the sniper. So it looks like the AI is smart enough not to shoot surrendering prisoners. I wonder what's going to happen when I actually go over there and try to confiscate him, so to speak. Well, there's other guys trying to escape from the objective area and just getting mowed down. Over here, all looks pretty quiet. We got to the top floor of the objective, and we've completely cleared the enemy OP. All we have left to do is occupy CP-602 and the mission is complete. I have 2 security teams in place. What I'm going to do is I'm going to suppress these buildings across the street. Probably unnecessary, but what we'll do is we'll split these guys into teams so we can target 2 things at once. You'll target that, and you'll target that. Nope, not you. Stop. You'll target that building. And these guys are almost in place here. Once they're in place, we'll have the middle squad split into 2 teams and clear the buildings. Looks like there's some entrenching Russians here. So I'm not quite sure what the breaching kit does. I guess I should probably look that up and try to figure out what that does. Definitely doesn't blow into buildings. Maybe it's like a battering ram to like kick in doors. I don't know. Over here all is looking well. We're going to consider mounting up the platoon soon. What I want to do now is I want to get these Bradleys online. And I want to try to pivot around this corner here. I'm going to slowly hunt these guys out. You watch that sector, and you'll watch our right. I'm very afraid of RPG ambushes. And I'd like to have my tanks over here, but I simply cannot. That T-90 starts rolling around. I simply cannot afford for it to get in our rear. That will cause horrible casualties. Meanwhile, the rest of the platoon here has been completely reorganized by the platoon leader. And all is looking well. What was that explosion sound I just heard? Oh, that's the rounds continuing to land from the Paladins over here. It's okay. There's some contact with some guys still in the battle positions over there. Meanwhile, 3rd squad's probably entering their building.
Okay, Sergeant.
There's some more Russians trying to scatter out of that apartment building and being mowed down by our forces that are cordoning it off. I mean, Russian command and control must be devastated now. We've inflicted, I'd estimate we've inflicted about 2 platoons of casualties on these guys so far. I'm going to split these guys into teams now. Oh no, what happened to my prisoner? I hope my prisoner's still there. I hope someone didn't shoot him. I don't see a body. He was just there. He was just behind this house. Hope he didn't run and get shot or something. Let's move with the striker. There's no reason to be back here now.
Check.
Move with the platoon leader to the next tree line. Overwatch. Also move up the teams we had down the road. Oops, just hit my mic. I don't know where that Bradley fire is coming from. Oh, over there. So this, if you guys remember from the last play, this track was disabled during the first assault on the first enemy OP, and it looks like they're being engaged by Russian infantry. Oh yeah, they just fired an RPG. That guy just fired an RPG directly at him. Oh, he's reloading his RPG. Come on, kill him with the cannon. Shoot again. That must have been what immobilized this track the last time. It's a good thing I had him on that arc watching his 6. Paladins continue to land in the vicinity of that building where we were taking small arms fire from before. My intent was to destroy the building, and that looks like we're accomplishing that goal right now. You can also see there's Russians that tried to run out from it, but they didn't make it very far. Number of Russian bodies around these fighting positions too. During that, our forces crossed the street and occupied the buildings on the side of the street. I don't see any sign of that prisoner. That makes me very nervous. Hope no one killed him. I believe the objective is secure. The last thing to do is basically attack the actual battle position there and make that happen. So what we'll do is we'll just get on the line. And then we'll just assault it. We're gonna have to clear down the whole thing. There's another part there, yeah, that should do it. Third squad's now in position. They're up for the job. And I'll have the breach team of the striker section advance online too. How are we doing over here? So the engineers have successfully cleared the AOP. I'm going to go send them down to level 1 and prepare to move them out. Doesn't look like there was any contact down here, which is good. We'll try to get the whole platoon on the line. My plan is to call the mission, so to speak. I'm going to call for a ceasefire when I occupy CP-602. It should be a win. Alright. Some more enemy forces trying to get out of the CP area. Oh, I forgot to tell that Bradley to keep shooting at that RPG position. I hope nothing happens with that. I think he probably killed the guy that was in there, but this room right here should have been suppressed some more. Here's third squad about to attack the CP. You see the burning T-90 in the distance. Definitely not battle spacing there. Any soldier will tell you that that is not tactical spacing.
Yes, sir.
Once that position's clear, we'll go ahead and roll the strikers up so we can cut down that road. I want that road cut down so there can't be any enemy forces maneuvering along it. Okay, first things first is let's go to this guy and let's go ahead and suppress that room some more. So I don't forget. And then it's pretty much that for over here.
Ceasefire.
I'm gonna have these Bradleys hunt forward. So it looks like we now have eyes on the mortar position that we attacked. I see squad of dead infantry there. Another team squad there. And it looks like a SA-13 there. It's actually a short-range air defense, infrared guided missiles. Doesn't look like there's much down that road. We do need to inch up a little bit more though. Over here our forces have occupied the trench line. I'm gonna watch them do that. So, I have them on assault, so they're using teams to do so, split into fire teams. Put the squad leader in a fire team. And that trench line looks clear. Some dead Russians here as well. Looks clear down the road. Any Russians remaining are probably hiding in these apartment buildings, and our mission was not to clear the entire objective Bravo area, so we are not going to do so. Look at the sniper's handiwork here as part of that building collapse. Oh shit, did building 15 Foxtrot just got hit? Oh no, it didn't, okay. Sorry, so this building, we did not have to preserve this building, so it's fine that it's getting a ship blown out of it. Looks like there was some infantry running around here trying to escape from the building where the Bradley was firing. Probably was the Bradley was firing at it. Which is fine. We'll just have them watch us 6. By the way, that's the reason why you cordon off buildings. Whenever you attack a building, you want to cordon it. So you basically want to have forces surrounding it, and then you want to have an assault element. And the cordon so that they can't escape from other parts of the building and then redirect their forces. I can't do proper cordons in this mission because I don't have enough forces. But I potentially could if the entire task force was located in one spot and we weren't on both sides of the map. But it's pretty hard to do otherwise. So 3rd squad's in position, blocking down the road. Going to split teams here and send one of the teams to go clear the other side of the road as well. Once that's clear, we'll push up the strikers. I don't see that guy that surrendered. Hopefully he wasn't killed during the firefight. It's hard to tell. Just waiting to get shot at by an RPG or an ATGM. Just waiting for it. You're located. We got the CP-602 objective. I think I'm going to end the mission after this round. There's just no reason to clear all these apartment buildings. I actually can see my own forces clearing down the road. That was awesome. Simultaneous dissection of this highway. You can see here the Russian mortar platoon on the side of the road. It's very sad. We get a nice up-close shot of the SA-13. Alright, got my security pickets up. Gonna rejoin 1st Squad. Have them ready to move. I'm also going to remove. I'm also going to form up 2nd Squad and have them ready to move by the end of next turn. The breach team up, as well as the platoon leader, who's back in the tree line there in Overwatch the whole time. Our objective was to set up unrestricted mobility lanes for the rest of the company and the battalion, and we've successfully done that. We've secured all the roads. We have security pickets on the flanks, and we've also cleared the CPs and cleared the enemy observation posts. Should be pretty much good to go. Just gonna secure this road completely, and then I'll call the mission. Still haven't found that T-90. If you really wanted to extend the mission, which I don't, I could reorganize 1st Platoon, the platoon that was supposed to clear the enemy OP. I could go hook them up with javelins. Oop, what happened here? Contact with the enemy team by the tree line. Anyway, I could go hook them up with javelins, and then we could just go and clear, you know, all this area here. I can go clear all this area right here, but you know what? It's just not worth losing the men. And this is not Generation Kill, so I'm not going to go on a little suicide mission to appease my ego. One more turn just to deal with the missile team, then I swear I will end this game. Seems like a single guy here. He doesn't even have the RPG gunner with him. There's the platoon leader rejoining the rest of the platoon. Oh yeah, just shoot over the platoon leader's head. Bad idea. Everything else looks pretty uneventful. I really hope the game doesn't say I lost the mission or something like that. Because usually if the game doesn't automatically end due to the enemy surrendering, it usually means that you lost in some way. So I'm just gonna save this first of all, and then I'm gonna just do a ceasefire. Cool. Yes. All right, so we got a U.S. Army total victory, which is the highest rating you can get. So we killed 50 of their men. We wounded 27. 1 man missing. That's probably the guy who surrendered. Killed 2 of their tanks. Killed 4 of their armored vehicles. We lost 10 men KIA, and we had 8 men wounded. Seems like pretty good odds considering. You can see here that. Let's go and review the action. Looks like there were still some guys. There was still a single guy left of the mortar platoon hiding in the building where our Bradleys were. So there was a AGS team that was over here. All their morale's broken though, so these guys wouldn't have been able to really provide any resistance. There's a RPG team here. They probably would have knocked the Bradleys out if we would have went down any further. And it also looks like they were looking that way, looking to shoot that way towards the checkpoint. Yeah, so we have like a few scattered teams. Oh, ATGM team right here with the AT-14. I do want to inspect the damage of the building that we RD'd. So this building. Oh, we completely destroyed that apartment building. Looks like there was a RPG team in there, but pretty much knocked out. Yeah, so this is basically just fields of interlocking fire all through these apartment buildings, and it just wouldn't have been worth it to try to clear them. Here's a broken rifle squad that we saw moving through the apartments over there. Bradley should be... Where's the Bradley? Where's those Bradleys? Okay, yeah, right here. Yeah, so this squad right here, bet you they're related to these guys who are there shooting. Yep, they're... You can actually see the RPG gunner right there. He died with a round in his tube. Some other guys were deployed here, but they were injured. And let's try to find that fucking T-90. Okay. Here's a T-90. It's immobilized. Its IR optics are damaged. Its radio's damaged. Smoke launcher's damaged. Tracks are completely destroyed. And the morale's broken. Now if I look at this track and I try to get line of sight, there's literally no way that this thing killed. It does not have a line of sight. That's such bullshit. That Abrams should have been able to spot that fucking T-90. That is retarded. They've obviously never used a FLIR before. Anyway. The T-90 did not kill those Bradleys, so it must have been... Honestly, I think it was one lucky RPG. Oh, those mines? Danger mines? Maybe it was mines that were on the road? I don't know. It might have been mines that were on the road. Yeah, in fact, this stretch of road might have been mined. That's pretty bullshit. But, they both were knocked out at the same spot, which leads me to believe that it was probably an RPG or something, or ATGM. Okay, well, on to the next mission. Thanks for watching, guys. Oh, look at this. What's this over here? Oh, it's a little mortar carrier.